You're listening to the Wall Street Ledger. Welcome to all of our listeners. Our featured companies, Barrian Mining Corp. Barrian Mining Corp currently trades shares on the Toronto Venture Exchange on the ticker BARI. Joining us today to speak a little bit more about the company is Max Sally. He's the CEO, director, and the founder. Max, thank you for joining us here at the Wall Street Ledger.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you. If you could tell our listeners about the current projects and operations that are in Nevada.
So our flagship asset called Bolo in Nevada is located about 90 kilometers northeast of Tonopah. It's an asset that's been previously drilled with some proven high-grade numbers on the project from surface. It is Carlin-type mineralization. We have an earning agreement to acquire up to 75% of this asset. It's an exploration spend on the project to earn 75%. And so what we did is we just finished shooting our geophysics on the project. We should have the news releasing those results out shortly, followed by a drill program, which will start probably late June. We are fully permitted for drilling. We have the water rights, the infrastructure is in place. It's very accessible, this project. So costs of drilling in Nevada are very low compared to other places. And we look forward to drilling this project in June, and the drill program should take about a few weeks. So I think the timing is right to be getting into the gold sector, and we look forward to releasing the results from this drill program as soon as they come.
Give us a better feel of the current infrastructure within these regions as it will pertain to, say, drilling, exploration, etc.
So Nevada is the number one place in the world for mining, rated by the Fraser Institute. It's 80% of the U.S.'s gold production, 225 million ounces gold to date. There's 22 processing facilities in Nevada. All the majors are there. You got Barrick, you got Kinross, Newmont. It's such a tremendous place to be mining. It's very mining friendly. You know, going in there, how long it's going to take to get permits, how long it's going to take to get any kind of thing done in Nevada. And that's the great thing about working here. If you're not going into somewhere like Africa where you got to move trees and fly in with a helicopter, you can drive to Bolo just off the side of a highway. It's got all the infrastructure in place, electricity, which makes things really, really easy for us. And that's why we chose Nevada to work in.
And well sovereign as well, which is always a positive. Tell us a little about the current board and management team at play at the company.
So I founded this company with Brad Telfer, whose dad is Ian Telfer, former chairman of Goldcorp, just got taken out by Newmont. I think it was about a $10 billion transaction. So we built this company together from scratch. We're happy to have it public. We brought on a good board with us, kind of an aggressive young management team. Our PGO, who will be running the drill program, Christopher Raffle, is the principal at Apex Geos. Apex Geos did all the Gold Standard Ventures work. Gold Standard Ventures is another Nevada company. It's got about a $350 million market cap in this environment. So I found us a good geo who knows the area well, who's been very successful in the past with other companies. We have Toby Pierce, who's a banker out of London, GMP. He's been tremendous helping us build this. Jordan Trimble runs a few venture companies. One is Sky Harbor Uranium. Jordan sold his first gold company to New Gold in 2010 when he was 20 years old. And just a good group of young kids. Jim Gregg, who's helped me acquire some of these properties, who runs Benchmark Metals, which also is a TSX company. So we have some seasoned veterans. We have some young, aggressive management, and I think that's kind of the mix you need these days for the mining industry.
I agree, and also, a young team helps. Recent operations update that you just published, if you could talk about that and what it looks like for the company moving forward.
So yesterday, Monday, we put out our geophysics update that we've completed the geophysics. Essentially on the property had about 3.3 million US spent on the property through 2 previous drilling campaigns, and they were very successful. The best hole from the last program in 2017 was 133 meters of 1.3 grams per ton from surface. Within that is 30 meters of 3.2 grams per ton. So we know it's high grade from surface, but no one actually shot geophysics to connect all these drill holes. So what we're doing is we did some CSAMT, which is kind of like shooting sound waves in the ground, and some induced polarization, shooting electrical charges into the ground to kind of get a better idea of how everything looks. That has been completed. We're analyzing the data, and next week we will kind of know how the ground looks underneath and be able to create a drill program based on that.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit here and talk about the recent IPO. And where do you see the company positioned in, say, about a 2 or 3 year period?
So we did the IPO at 20 cents. We raised about 2.7 million Canadian at 20 cents. Since coming trading, we came out on a tough couple weeks. There was a previous private round done, a bit of the private round come out. Looks like we've sucked up a number of those shares. We're currently sitting at about 15 cents. It's been tough for the mining sector, but we have a tight share structure. We are cashed up, and we're hoping with some very positive news releases that we can get the stock looking better in a better position. And the 2 or 3 year outlook of the company would essentially, what we're planning on doing is by the end of 2021 having a maiden 43-101 resource compliant estimate on that project. And I think based on the size of that resource there, we know there's gold on the property. We know it's the infrastructures around us. So we'll see. Depending on what the gold price is doing. I don't like to speculate on the future of the growth, but I could see someone taking an investment now and seeing how we run a company and seeing how we operate and seeing the news that we could be at multiples higher than we are today if someone was to give us a chance and we were to come into a gold cycle.
Okay, with that being said, then you mentioned before that there were some majors in the area. Will the company look to joint ventures or mergers moving forward?
We're always looking at options. We have a number of very strategic shareholders in the company that are helping us out. The closest company to us is Kinross with their Round Mountain mine. It's behind us. Round Mountain's produced about 10 million ounces of gold to date. As we are kind of a new exploration, I would say that a lot of these majors, they'll be keeping an eye on what's going on. Obviously, as the price of gold comes up, the balance sheets of these gold companies are tremendous. And as gold keeps running, they have to start investing money in juniors again because they need to increase their reserves. So, we'd like to definitely, hopefully, have some good results and catch the eye of one of these majors. And there's been a lot of investment lately in Nevada gold companies from larger companies, not necessarily tier 1, maybe tier 2, but companies that really, really have the time to take a look at us and have the money to invest.
All right, Max, in conclusion then, why should investors consider adding BARI to their portfolio?
Well, I think one of the main reasons is we're a brand new exploration story. We have very low share count. We have about 43 million shares fully diluted. We have completed our geophysics. Those results will be out this week. We also expect to be able to update the market on our drill program, which will start the 3rd week of June. So we're very excited to get going on things really quickly here. We're cashed up. We got a good shareholder base, and we hope to have some fantastic results out in the fall when the markets kind of pick up again due to seasonality. And I think that being able to pick away at us over the summer is a great opportunity. We're trading around 17 cents, and I've been buying in the market. My other directors have been buying in the market, and the IPO was at 20 cents. So we're hovering around that area, and I think it's the valuation of the company right now is very good, and I think the valuation in the future, based on the potential of these drill results, could increase significantly. So I think it's a good opportunity for investors to put us on the radar and keep an eye on how things are going.
All right, so it looks like the company is positioned for success. Max, thank you for joining us here at the Wall Street Ledger.
Thank you very much for having me.
Our featured guest has been Max Sally, CEO, Director, and Founder at Barrian Mining Corp. Barrian Mining Corp currently trades shares on the Toronto Venture Exchange under the ticker BARI.